Okay, let's see. Huh. I know, absolutely no idea what was going on there. Okay. Been a while. Yeah, okay. Looks fine. Alright. So, everything's working again. Fire control, I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm skipping that one, at least for now. Maybe something for later, unless I get something else. This is kind of important. Obviously, these, I'm behind of these. So that is something I definitely need to research. But that slot has another purpose. We're gonna wait until it's over. Oh, wait. 3 dockyards currently free. Yeah, I only realized now, so this is not a perfect run by any measure. I misdesigned my destroyers. Yeah, the Gepard class. Well, for the German pronunciation, Gepard. Or Gepard, you know what I mean. They're too slow. I forgot that destroyers get slower in high sea zones in Ultra mod. And, well, they're too slow. So they would be a bit more costly. I actually have to check. How many do I have of them by now? 3. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That is to be expected. Oh, 4 actually. Okay. I'm gonna move all T-Class, the Brummer, the Bremser. Why am I saying that in English style? Z-Class, that A-Class. That would be all of them, I think. And then we take the 2 pre-dreadnoughts. There we go. That's 20. Oh, wait. I forgot something. I converted the Emden into a mine-laying cruiser. There we go. That also means I have to adjust some of these. Let's see. M for mine layer. Yep. The T classes were the various torpedo boats you have at the start, and I just gave them an additional mine laying module. That's it. Just changing that designation to, because this is for TB for torpedo boat. Obviously, they aren't torpedo boats anymore. They are old destroyer mine layers. There we go. Better. And these were mixed anyway, and they're still DDs. I could still use them in the fleet. Let's see, how is the fleet looking? Ignore the submarines, they're gonna get out of there. So we have currently 4 modern destroyers, 5 old light cruisers, 3 more or less modern heavy cruisers. The Panzerschiffe are gonna do their own thing. Currently 1 CV, 3 BBs, the others are in construction or in refit. The Panzerschiffe still need their more modern airplane catapults. That's something I have to keep in mind. Yeah, now it's working. I'm not quite sure what it was, but I tried the usual fixes and one of it apparently worked. Okay, all Type 2Ms. Yeah, apparently. 50 Type 2M submarines. I don't know why I have more of them than the last time. But I won't complain. The U mining flotilla. This is obviously the battle fleet. Yeah. These little subs have barely any torpedo armament. But they have a mine-laying module. And 1,800 kilometers range. They're barely visible at all. Even with the best sonar, they're absolutely not made to attack. They're just there for mine-laying. And they're gonna mine the shit out of this whole area. They can actually be really nasty if you want them to be. I've used them successfully. So small submarines can be really annoying, especially since you can just shit them out in huge numbers. And since Germany these days in Ultra is early on very limited in how many submarines they can build, that makes them quite good, actually, as Germany. And I think I'm going to keep you in the battle fleet, honestly, these destroyers, at least for now. What just happened? Okay, good. There we go. This fleet I'll have to hand to actually not a bad officer. Just already in pretty high rank. Lucian's is the best one you have early on. Gonna see. So, that fleet goes to Lutyens. That fleet I'm gonna put under Marshall for now. Reminds me, the Panzerschiffe. I'm gonna boom, split into 3. We have some political power, so for now I'm gonna designate this one as private fleet. Oh, give me a second. My 5-year-old is asking for me to turning off her light. Oh, sorry, not 5 years. God damn it. She just had her 7th birthday or birthday already. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm back in a second. It's quite like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what do we do with these 3 dockyards? I mean, they can't really do anything. I have 1 slot open for a capital ship. But as soon as war breaks out, I plan to go for one that will plan to go for a decision that will strip me of 2. Which is okay, because in 222 days I get 1 more, and I get 2 more via this one. So that's all fine. I'm gonna trade 2 capital ship slipways for submarine slipways. Because if I have learned 1 lesson from all the multiplayer games, this is not a multiplayer game, this is a single player, but I'm tending to play now these days as if it is multiplayer, just to not get rusty. That you need multiple threats to the allies, especially in Ultra, where the naval game is more important than in most others. Okay, there we have 7 paratrooper divisions. Do we have enough transport planes, actually? That is something I have to check on the costs of the transport planes, probably reducing it, because we should be producing and using them much, much more. I mean, the Germans built what? 30,000 Ju-52? Yeah. Currently, they're not as useful, just due to how the developers are handling ships, which is annoying. Planes. Because transport planes can't transport fuel, and that makes them virtually useless. Because their only real ability besides dropping paratroopers is dropping supply, and you need massive numbers of them to do anything. And time and again, I've petitioned them to please add the option to increase their transport capacity, give us them as designable planes. We can give them more transport modules. But no, and they're not dropping fuel, which makes them, again, virtually useless, because historically the Germans used their transport planes to actually drop fuel barrels on their tank columns. Like, next to them. They flow, the Ju-52 is generally a very slow plane, but it can fly very slow and very low, while still being controllable. So they flew very low and just dropped them from like 20-30 meters, the fuel barrels. From higher on, they could actually throw them out with a small parachute on them. And that was used to refuel tank divisions in the field. So yeah. Sad that we don't have the option to drop fuel. And we still have a slot open for the electronics concern, because I don't have radar tax yet, so it doesn't need. I don't need that. The 10% political power would be useful, but the 100 political power was useful elsewhere before that. So yeah, we're gonna get you soon. We're gonna get you soon. We're gonna get you soon. Then we're gonna play around here a little bit. I am behind on air doctrines. That's my biggest issue currently, and yeah, because I needed a ton of air XP for, not that much for the paratroopers actually, but I needed a ton for the carrier decisions. Since in Ultra, just having carriers doesn't do much. Yeah, still 60 days until carrier practical experimentation is through and allows me to actually use carriers somewhat. And there's a 3rd stage to that. So, yeah, very annoying. How are the paratrooper divisions? Coming around, we need more transport planes, but I think I have a solid production. Oh yeah, this is... I completely forgot about that. Maledifix, by the way, Gurok, welcome. This is the beta build, and it has the new artillery trees, Nation Unicorns. Currently largely placeholder pictures. But still, has the new artillery trees. And that includes new artillery pieces. I have to do these art pieces anew later on. Because, yeah, again, this was not my part and I didn't do the art for this one. So some stuff looks off and not quite centered properly in the tech windows. But it's something, at least for now. And yeah. I quite like it. And in case you're wondering what these are gonna do, because they are not regular divisional guns that you will see in a division. Let me show you. Let's take lists. Currently relatively small army is gonna get replacements. And there they are. Light field gun fire plan. Costs you 6 light field guns. You get higher orc loss when moving, but for 3 days your division gets 2% more offensive, breakthrough, defense, entrenchment. So it's also good on the defense. And more powerful field guns have a higher effect. And sometimes additional effects. Like here in this case, additional fort damage. The super heavy field guns. Those are very expensive to produce though. Basically off-map artillery, yeah, we're representing the very heavy core and army level artillery pieces with this. Since otherwise you can't, really. Yeah, these guns have a higher range than anything else, and were only very sparingly used. I think this one is a super heavy field gun. I currently don't have one. I have a stockpile of super heavy field guns, I think, from the Czech, probably, or from the Austrians. I have exactly one super heavy field gun, enough for one super heavy field gun fire plan. No idea where I got that. And I also have siege guns. I think those are actually from the Czechs. So this is basically World War I vintage, which is okay. The light field gun is actually newer. And this stockpile here of these, relatively easy to achieve, just by doing this. Single factory on all of them. They had very low production numbers historically. I think like 1,000 of the 21 centimeter mortar were built. Like 5,000 maybe of the 15 centimeter cannon. And maybe like 8,000 of the 10 centimeter. I'm not quite sure. But it was overall very low numbers compared to something like 30,000 10.5 centimeter guns. But yeah, essentially off map. And truth be told, this is from Old World Blues. It's inspired from Old World Blues, who have that for the NCR. The NCR can get artillery, actually can research howitzers, and they do it exactly like that. And I like that. That was an option to represent it, and I told the team about it, and Aaron, who was in charge, or basically by his own, doing the whole artillery rework, I helped him a bit, but not basically just by putting it into the game and not much else. He did all the research and stuff. Yeah. He thought it was a good idea. And actually did it. And it works. Very nicely. So, we still have these 3 dockyards. Do I have anything that needs conversion currently? Any upgrades that I could make? I don't think so. I could upgrade these. I actually have some AA. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing that actually in the game. There's currently an MP game going on, but is focused on Asia. And already yielding results, as does my game currently. Both they and their MP and me here in this game realized we have an issue with Japan. China is currently too strong. Japan is just sitting in Shanghai and not doing anything. And they don't even have troops here. So I guess they suffered some pretty bad casualties. Let's check that out. Oh God! What the? Oh, that is bad. Twice the casualties of China. Yeah, something went seriously wrong there. Which also derailed my build-up plan. Because, yeah, as I said, I can't get a mission of Japan, to Japan without it. Yeah, I'm not sure what I should do with this. I mean, sure, I could throw an additional destroyer into the mix, but besides that... Yeah, currently full dive bomber build, but once we can actually have proper fighters, I'm gonna build fighters. I could have researched fighters, I think. Carrier fighter. I know it was removed, okay. I know, there actually is one. I forgot about that one. Could have researched that and used it, but forgot about it. So we're just gonna throw in the BF-109T, I guess. Gonna come late, but that is okay. Alright, where was I? I think I'm just gonna quickly rebalance China. Just so that something happens over there. At last. Okay. That should hopefully help the Japanese a little bit. And they didn't lose everything of that. They can actually rebuild a good chunk of those armies, so sooner or later Japan will run into trouble again. I just want them to take Nanjing. So something actually happens over there. Good. So we have these three still. I don't know. I don't really have anything to refit at this point, I think. I have some small submarines. There's some submarines here. The smaller ones specifically. Yeah. I did specifically select the smaller submarines. Why did you create a new fleet from that? From the whole thing, I only wanted the small submarines in that fleet. Sometimes this game. Okay, we have enough, I think, of these produced. We're now gonna stop that and switch to proper submarines. I'm tempted to see if I can refit them economically. What does that cost? 108. The whole submarine costs like 300, yeah. Not sure that is worth it. It would allow them to also operate as mine layers, but they have short range, so nah, that's not worth it. Okay, yeah, those are all, our only attack submarines. Not a lot. Mine layer submarines, let's recruit a new commander for that. And the attack submarines come under Dönitz. Come on, there we go. Actually, no, this guy here takes over. And Ciliax takes these for now. Good. I'm gonna let them operate as single entities. I'm gonna split you 24 submarines into 8 groups. Yeah, that sounds good. And with the mine layers, we're gonna wait until the mine layers actually arrive with the fleet. Last batch. In September. Very, very good timing. Oh, and my bot actually noticed that I'm staying online this time. Great. Good. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore these 3 dockyards. Fuck that. Doesn't matter that much. Improved airplane catapult. Very good. Get me the last one so we can refit the pocket battleships. Oh. The heck? Hungary? Oh, Hungary just opened its aluminium smelters. Ah, that's why. Fresh divisions. Still mobilizing serious numbers here. Which army do you belong? Ah, that one. .26 divisions already on that, so you go through this front. Over there and doing okay. Not completing the Westwall. Historically, it was never finished. There we go. Good. And that's what we were going for. Currently, oh wow, we actually have a good number of dive bombers at this point. Good. How's the gun situation looking at the moment? I think I have a very good amount of infantry weapons. Yeah, but most of that is Czech weapons. Yeah. The last amount of that is Czech weaponry. How are the Paras looking? Are they properly armed at this point? Let's check the divisions out. I mean, at least they're showing as full. Yeah, okay, they're fully armed with Para equipment, apparently. Okay, that means I can cut down on the Para weapons production. I'm also cutting down on regular weapons production and converting Czech and Austrian weaponry over. Could try and convert, but that gives us barely any new stuff, so this also doesn't do too much, honestly. I think I'm just going to keep producing. Better 44 actual weapons in stockpile, I think. But we need some factories shifted. That is not good. I had hoped to have more rubber refineries up by now. But we don't. We don't actually have that many battalion equipment, I realize. We need to increase that production. Yeah, we have only been producing this on the side. We don't actually have mountaineers at the moment. So I'm focusing on the paratroopers for my typical multiplayer strategy. Again, this isn't a multiplayer. But I just want to stay on top of my game. Okay, we're still producing some transport planes. And there goes Nanjing now. And that triggers Italy off the east, and that allows me to go mission to Japan. It is a bit late for that, though. Free submarine slipway. Very good. That was what I was looking for. I want a Type 7B with AA. Better. No gun. An absolutely massive torpedo armament with no reloads. We need to rebalance that at some point, but it's not currently priority. There we go. Good. I'm stuffing a new engine into this, but it's lower powered. And we're increasing the range a bit. Very good. That should be sufficient to catch convoys. Even with reduced speed due to weather. Hey, Dolphin, how you doing? And that torpedo attack is very nice.
Love.
How you doing, man? Oh, 11 fresh infantry divisions. Very good. Don't ask. Oh god. Okay, well, I did. So technically I have to answer, but obviously you answer when you want to. No voice since Wednesday. Oh, for fuck's sake, that sucks. You might hear that my voice is a bit hoarse too. So yeah. Shit. I'm still coughing a little bit too, but not nearly as bad as my daughter Aurora. She's doing really bad in that regard. Okay, I think the last division here that just came up. That's actually a replacement division for List, right? I've been pulling some divisions off, convert them into tank divisions and motorized divisions. Reminds me that I want to rename these. 7, 8, 9, 10. Panzer. No Poetic Wine, this is just Ultra, but the beta version. And it includes my Ultra tree, as far as it's developed at the moment. Most of these focuses are actually auto-completing, this one isn't. So this is more or less a test run. This tree will expand one more step here, and it will also get steps here. Basically, this is the ahistorical side, and there's going to be a historical side here. More or less historical. It also includes these 2 new focuses that allow you the creation of penal battalions, and thus give you the support company. And force recruit these. And what that does, I'm going to show you later on. I have expanded quite a bit on that. And also, it's I'm not sure if you're going to like it, but I'm going to show it to you, Poetic. Nation unique artillery trees. What do you say about that? Apparently placeholder art, but yeah. Already showed it to me, I'll have to fix. This includes the new field guns that are general's ability options. Quite brutal ones in the end with the siege gunfire plan. That is absolutely brutal. And you can actually activate them all at once. I have done that. We might have to do something about it that it does not benefit paratroopers, because I used it to drop these straight on top of an enemy force that they should not have been able to defeat, and that activated everything of it, and I just slapped them. So I have to, that is something I have to report to Aaron. We need to come up with something that, like, special forces can use them, or at least Marines and paratroopers should not be able to use them. Or they should not be useful during naval invasions or something like that. Yeah. So we still have dockyards free. It's actually quite a number. Did some ship finish? Oh yeah, also, advisors. Obviously, with the mod, with the inclusion of Valkyrie, there's going to be additional advisors. Not sure we're going to be able to see them today. He is new. Josef Kamhuber, I think that name should tell you, should tell some people. He has a new skill that I made. It is pretty strong, but he only becomes available via Air Innovations 2. Yeah. He's a pretty strong guy, but has to be. He was. By the way, Josef Kamhuber not only designed the whole German air defense system on the fly during World War II, but he also was the first commander of the Luftwaffe after World War II, of the new West German Luftwaffe. So yeah, I put him in as a home defense genius. But he's very strictly focused on defending, so improves interception, improves air home defense factor, and night operations penalty reduction also there. And someone else, this is not that big, but Rolf Karls actually already existed in the game, I realized. It's just that vanilla doesn't utilize him, really. So I threw him in and replaced another advisor just with him. So he is now there as a fleet logistics expert. I think that was Lütjens before, I'm not sure, so I just switched that out. And Ebert Gott replaces the other submarine advisors here. It's just basically a different name and face. But actually, funnily enough, I think the historically Eberhard God was actually in the inspiration for this picture. France also had some changes, but that is not nearly as big, and it's basically just some generals shuffled around and stuff like that. But yeah. I still want to do some more changes, like Canaris being available, being an advisor from the start. And I'm going to do that to some other nations too, that they have advisors from the start that were already in office when the game starts. And we plan to juggle around a bit with especially the American and Japanese admirals soon, because a lot of them there are just not very fitting. Why are you not training? Oh, that reminds me, I actually need to drop you soon, right? They are currently relatively weak, only 8 in width. The new standard width in Ultra, that's something that's going to change. I'm going to show you the division designer soon. The new standard width in Ultra is 260 now. And the new standard width for division is around 36. Thus, I'm preferring slightly bigger divisions, which I think it has its benefits. And as you can see, the division designer has changed quite drastically. You now have 3 columns here, which is important because there's more support companies in the future. This includes that Germany can get penal battalions now, as the Soviets. And with the artillery rework, you're gonna have additional stuff here too, like pack guns and stuff. So you actually need that. By the way, that also means that heavy artillery is relegated to the support slot again. Oh, I'm just realizing I'm running out of manpower and I can't get more. Okay, how many divisions do we actually still need? 3 here. At least 3 there. We have that. And I would like 5 more motorized divisions and some more tanks post-haste. So, yeah, 15 should be fine, probably. Especially this time around, I actually have political power. Good. Okay. We're approaching the war at rapid pace, which is problematic for me. Ah, very good. Airplane catapult, finally. Now our hands. Did I research you? Yes, and I put you into production as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm going with light bombers this run instead of focusing on mediums. Haven't built any half-tracks yet, so I probably should research that, and sooner or later we're going to research those too. But now the big thing is support companies, I think. We first need this so our tanks don't get completely trashed. Good. And we have these dockyards. What was finished that allows our dockyards to be available? New Blücher class cruiser. Okay. Yeah, quickly upgrade that. That is actually something. I could design a new cruiser. I wanted a production line of at least 4 heavy cruisers to be available all the time, so probably do that. Didn't I research Cruiser 4? Yes, I did. Okay, good, great, wonderful. Medium-long cruising. We have the more modern engines. Oh, I just realized something. Forget that. How much do you cost in a standard variant? 200. You? 102. And you? 106. Yeah, okay, that is okay. Good. Get me that. Get me that. I don't have spotting cruisers, I just realized. Good. You get the very smallest diesel engine, which gives you an incredible range with a long cruising radius. You'll back that up with an armor design that is virtually non-existent. You get the absolute minimum of guns. Not quite the minimum, I could go with less, but then they wouldn't be AA guns. So this way it at least has AA. Let's slap a radar on top, not the best radar we have. And this. And then float planes. No influence and visibility, but good batch of additional AA. Good. There we go. Bad radar, sadly, since I didn't get around to researching that on time. Oh yeah, okay. No secondary victory. Oh, fire control, most basic. You're not a CA. You are, in fact, an aviation cruiser, a seaplane tender. So let's take that one. That is something we need to make sure that the graphics for that are actually implemented. I have to work on that. Good. Because after Paradox provided us with them, we should use them, right? Good, there we go. Those don't really need to be trained, so drop them there. Mecklenburg. Good. Oh, we're gonna have an ad break in a second. That's good. I'm gonna open the window a bit. I have a snowstorm outside, veritable blizzard. So we're gonna have to, for German, for North German scales at least. So having like 40 centimeters of snow outside is actually pretty big for us. So we still have three dockyards available that we could throw into something. But on the other hand, we have this upcoming, so I have to upgrade a few ships in 30 days. I could go with this, but that doesn't really help us. Don't need new rifle designs, it's all fine. New slipway is still 192 days away, 30 days until carrier practical experimentation is through. Yeah, no, we don't need pre-designed ships. Okay. Very close to war now. 7 days for Danziger War. Okay. Cease training mission, get here. Good. Mining flotilla, cease training. You cease training. Raiding operations. Yeah, we're gonna send them here. There we go. Rerouting the trade around Iceland. Actually, I'm gonna let them through here. That should be okay, just not through the coastal waters of England. There we go. That should be fine. Our battle fleet with the single currently active carrier, we're gonna pull back. More carriers to come in a moment. Good. UC's 2 and UC's operations 2 and come back to port. Good. Moscow signed the pact. Excelente. How are the agents doing, by the way? Oh, I forgot about them in Belgium. Oops. That is my mistake. I thought this happened before that. I just completely forgot about my agents infiltrating Belgium. We need air XP desperately. So this gets priority. I don't care about the infiltration level in Belgium, honestly. Doesn't really matter to me. Political power is desperately needed too. I got lucky and got these, so let's hope we get some political power out of that. Naval XP won't hurt. So the next best agents are that. And army actually is currently pretty low on the priority list, but still. I'm basically training the agents with this. Another free submarine slipway. Yeah, this one. Lucky you who subscribed. Thank you for that, by the way, again, Tarzan. Okay. We're actually on time. Wow. So, the thing is, this did not happen. Yeah, that is something I wanted to have. I did manage to get the coal liquidization in, not synthetic rubber, which is going to hurt us because we still have to import our rubber. So that is very annoying. I started building up our the rubber refineries a bit late. I forgot to fill up my oil, I just realized. That's not great. That is seriously bad because I built a ton of capacity. We still have 3 million. This is a bit late. I'm gonna throw everything at it I can. And I'm cancelling the British Raj since they're not delivering. Okay. Do we get synthetic rubber? That's 35 days. That's a late war, but it's okay. It's not too late. Yeah, in multiplayer this would be a very bad idea. Here it doesn't really matter. Single player. Good. Surface detection is not needed. This is not needed. Yeah, give me a better heavy batteries. Gonna apply that upgrade when we get the chance to. Improved machine tools done. We can get the next level. We can get that. We can get that. Almost finished. We first need this. Get me the better shit here. Alright. Yeah, case white is available. None of these is really needed during the war. Eisparteitag der Arbeit is nice, but it costs me 60 and no, I need that elsewhere. I should, though, I just realized, probably move my troops to the front line, since the tanks aren't. These guys are, though. Good. Good, you guys. Charge Grodno Bialystok Torun. Thank you. You guys. Charge this line. That should ensure they surrender relatively quickly. Okay, where are our paratroopers? There. I want you here. Where are the transports? Where are my transport planes? Oh god, don't tell me I act. Oh, there they are. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, night. Oh, that airbase is too small. Okay, we have to reroute to Königsberg. That's not really a problem. They should still easily be in range. How many are you? 504. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. No, they can't really drop from the other airports. Okay. Good. It's gonna take a moment to get them there, but that's okay. I think we still have time. Good. We have another tank division here. 11th. I think I'm gonna send them here. Since the paratroopers are gonna drop around Vilno. Since that is a core of Poland. Poland historically did not actually have these populated with Poles. There were Poles, about 30% of the population, but in Ultra we have the principle that if you don't have the majority of the population, it's not a core. So these are occupied states. Yeah, they have a claim on them, but they are not Polish states. They're occupied. You can see there are other claims on it. So taking them doesn't actually do much for Poland to surrender. Hence why my attack line goes to here. Brest is just nice to have, because that's also an occupied state. But here we have Vilno, and that is a core, and that's where my paratroopers are going to drop. I don't think this is a core. No, it is not. And this also isn't. But sorry, my son just pinged me. Got it. Good. Need more. More! Yeah. 1,000 oil. 100. Shit! That is too long. Problem here is actually just the convoys it's need. I don't have the convoys for it. Simple as it is. Forgot to open the window. Give me a second. Fresh air here. Probably streaming from the small bureau. Oh! Instantly getting inside. Ooh, cold! Ooh. Shoot. Temperature instantly drops. Okay, did not expect it to be that bad. Yeah, we're almost out of manpower, and we can't increase until we're at war. That's already gonna strip us a lot of this. So much more political power. Much more precious than it was before for Germany. I'm gonna alleviate that a little bit. Alleviate that a little bit with the change that some of these might actually also be in office from the start of the game. But yeah, for example, Göring will be in office. I think Reda will also be in office, and Canaris will be in office at the start of the game. None of these, I think. And none. One will be here, but he gets removed later on, so you have to replace him anyway and pay political power for that. Yeah, there are the tanks. Bonus for tanks doesn't matter really. That was a capital slipway, right? That means the capital ship was finished. Which one? Carrier? Yeah, that's the carrier Passover class. How close are we to 14 days? Okay, then we're gonna upgrade them. That carrier still needs training. Holy shit, I underestimated how many planes I need for them. Yeah, I underestimated that. Whoopsie doodle. How about you come over here to Kiel and train there, huh? So we can train the planes. Oh, that reminds me. Planes! Yeah, about that. I forgot to train more. I'm so rusty. Vanilla is so easy. It's just you split the squadrons, shit on the XP. Yeah, not here. Damn it. Split these 2 squadrons. And leave a few more back. And you guys come over here. And I want 2 squadrons here. And then it takes 2 squadrons here. Good. Dive bombers are gonna operate there. And I'm gonna send additional ones here. And then we have the light bombers, 500 that are gonna operate here from Breslau. Oh, pretty good range. Okay. Of you, I want 2 squadrons with the most modern planes. Actually, a single squadron should be enough. Same for that. There we go. Okay, you guys train, please. I'm not ready to jump here with the Dortmund in case they start any incursions there. I'm gonna wait 12 days and then we're gonna start new stuff. We're still building enough. Okay. Could be more though. But yeah, fighters have higher priority at the moment. As you can see, I'm not building that many trucks. Okay. Already at 1 tank per day, that's good. 2 tanks of these. There's a lot of tanks to upgrade. Oh, I think... Why did that drop? Oh, that's convoys. I don't have enough supply convoys. Shit, that's something I did not expect. You actually need more, so yeah, we're cancelling that, and we have enough supply now here. Great. Okay. Here come the remaining ones. Cease training. Very close to war now. Ah, there's another blue here. Okay. The Americans are not happy. Shut up, I'm importing from you. What are you complaining about? I'm importing more fuel now. I have to pump so much fuel in. Oh god. Such a short time, it's incredible. And there's the new radar. Okay. Good. Let's take a look. We're currently producing still another carrier. 1, 2, 3 carriers here. Or 5 carriers and a battleship. So this one will finish soon. I think this has to be another cruiser. Proper cruiser, not spotting cruiser. So we're gonna start building an actual new heavy cruiser. Good. Cruiser 4. Medium long. The modern turbine. We take one of the smaller ones. We can adjust that later on. Maximum armor. Contrary to many others, I like to stuff my cruisers with the maximum I have available in terms of dual-purpose guns, and since I'm going carrier, that makes even more sense. Basic AA fire control, improved direction, radar. AA, heavy AA, or rather not, it's actually medium AA. Pretty nasty torpedo broadside. Good. That would be the Rune class. Perfect. Actually, I like that one. Rune class heavy cruiser. Get to work. You're gonna drop it Stettin. Great, we still have 4 available. Those ships are already out there. And it's time for Parseval to get its full upgrade, since that came in pretty bare bones. I don't have any scouts currently, that's why I'm building one. But you're right in the regard that I simply forgot to build them. Since it's against the AI, it's not that bad, but long term it's a problem. I'm gonna make sure that only one gets built and we can upgrade him once he comes out. And then the new design will have it. Where is it? There, that's our class. Only a single one. Did I actually produce one? Let's check. No, Dessau class didn't come out yet. Yeah, exactly. And the Graf Zeppelin also gets this and that for better AA. And the other upgrade too. Since we have 2 capital ship slots, that's exactly what they can do. Good. When do the new destroyers come out? Another wave in early 1940, late 1939. Okay, good. That's acceptable. Okay, we have another submarine coming. Wait a second. That means the submarine slot is available. Yep. Yeah, my submarine raiders are very, very few, but there's this mine layer fleet. Looking forward to using them. Good. We have never researched the improved control because it just doesn't have that much of an effect. This is pretty strong. This is not that great, though it has gotten better. I'm gonna research it now, though, I think. There isn't really anything else I could research. I mean, I could research better AA and stuff, but... yeah... That's the problem currently that I don't like that much, that you can't use them both at the same time. And this one is, in most regards, flat out better, just the heart attack alone. So I'm using the 3.7 centimeter as my mainline AA. This one gives this, and you can later put it in your light AA company, so there is that. But until then... I don't really see the worth in it. I have to upgrade the 8.8 centimeter flak. Long term, these will be more important because currently these don't really change that much. From what I remember, reliability and production cost should change a little bit because they improved them. Besides that, they don't really change. As you can see, minuscule increases in soft attack, defense and stuff, but it's not much. I haven't researched the next one. Yeah, piercing, the important part, piercing doesn't go up. I think this one probably, yeah, that has significantly more piercing. But these are gonna be important later on, since these are now gonna serve as a gateway to tank guns. Because the next thing Aaron is gonna work once this is fully implemented is the tank designer, the historical tank designer and revised tank trees. The heavy flags, they were never deployed in field, so they're currently not researchable. We're still debating how to implement them. They're also not available here currently, the 12.8 centimeter guns. We're not quite sure what to do. As you can see, we still have room here. Yeah, they were put in tanks. We will find some way to use them, we're just not yet sure how to do it. Because they were so extremely large. Oh, we have this and this. Yeah, we can definitely do this. That is an option. Good. More productivity is always good. Deployed is probably the wrong word. I mean, if they were there, they were used. They were not really... I mean, they used the flak trains in that regard to bolster up defenses if there were railways. Yeah, is that deployed? Just, we are here, so we might as well shoot. Okay. Up there. Oh yeah, I only want one of that actually. True that. Yeah, we will find some way. So let's come here. How many more days? Okay, a few. Let's plan this. I want 1, 2, 3 paratroop divisions to drop straight on Vilno. I want 4th and 5th to drop here. Oh shit, there's actually more areas surrounding it than I expected. Okay. Let's plan this anew. Drop on Vilno. Drop past Vilno. Other side of Vilno. That is also in contact, is it? For fuck's sake! How many adjacent tiles can you have? Vilno? Yes. I mean, at least it's immediately surrounded that way. There we go. Okay. They can barely reach it, but it is enough. So this way we have also air cover there. Good. Next step, we need 1 squadron to secure this airspace. Then I need the rest to secure this airspace. I'm gonna put you here. There we go. SC-152 is pretty brutal. Also, a pretty heavy army from what I remember, right? Radar? No, no radars yet. I'm still here. Ignore that. Yeah, currently no siege guns here. We're gonna work on that later. As you can see, I don't have radar yet, so I can't build that. Good. Half of you goes here. Other half goes here. And And then we have these dive bombers. Go up here. Good. That's overall pretty solid coverage, I think. And it should allow my guys to just drop in. Actually give me 2 squadrons that are gonna fly here. Good. Yeah, I think we're ready. You're supposed to be on the front line. Why are you back there? France bans communism. Okay. Gonna attack in the middle of autumn, so that's not optimal, but it's okay. We're gonna do alright. Good. Doesn't fix my whole rubber, but most of it. Fuel situation is rapidly improving. I'm gonna risk more. We might lose ships this way, but I need the fuel. God, we're so behind on doctrines. It is the 5th of October 1939, and Germany is at war. And just like that, we have the Waffen-SS. We have to stop that import. Oh god, we're almost there for the carrier practical training. Just need this, and then our carriers are at full strength. Yeah, we need a lot of XP now and political power for various stuff. We need the war bonds. And then service by requirement. And now I can show you this, since the national focus creation of the Waffen is triggered. Okay. So, this is the new power balance between Wehrmacht and Waffen-SS. This is only the current one. I'm not quite sure if this stays as it is. Likely something is going to change here over time. What this exactly does. So this is temporary, but this is in. That is the SS divisions. But here, as you can see with the other hat, I still have to add these here with flags. I'm probably going to add German flags behind the others here that are not recruited. As you can see here, SS garrisons in Norway is a bit misleading because that was actually an SS unit that was recruited from German SS men that were in Norway. And yeah, Volksdeutsche, additional SS recruitment in Germany. In any case, the first one gives you, I think, 3 or 4 divisions. So they give you specific divisions. So these are really worth it. You get divisions, full stop. There's no additional minigame in the background going on. Besides that, it influences the power balance, how many you recruit. Yeah, and here you can get the Großdeutschland Division, Panzerdivision Hermann Göring, Fallschirmpanzergrenadierdivision Hermann Göring, Feldherrnhalle 1 and 2, the Croatian Legion divisions, the Spanish Blue Division, and here you can spawn the Italian Republican Army. This is gonna be expanded on once the Osttruppen focus tree is gonna come in, and we're gonna add the Osttruppen stuff and the Russian Liberation Army there too. Okay, creation of the Waffen-SS is through. Germany is at war. And the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna get the U-boat effort focus. So we can expand our U-boat slipways. Sorry, Chamberlain. Bonks. Paratroopers, go. Tonks, go. Yeah. Also, cease training. Activate. Activate. Why can't I activate that one? There we go. Good. So what is your speed? Wonderful. Last time I accidentally had forces in there that were far too slow. God, why the hell are you up there? No! For fuck's sake! Stop moving through enemy territory! Good. There we go. Yeah, no, you two, please, that way. Good. Slovakia. Raw resources imports. There we go. From the Soviet Union, sadly. And from Sweden. Okay. I can get why. Long term, I want to implement the Slovakian uprising, so that is not an option. Paratroopers have landed. Oh god, that is a lot of Poles here. That is a whole freaking ton of Polish divisions. Shit! I did not expect that at all. Fuck me. Gonna break open the encirclement immediately. And I'm immediately pulling out. It worked! Oh god! We took the position in time. Hold the line! Hold the line! Oh god, please don't get overrun. Okay, okay, they didn't get overrun. Good. That could have ended very, very badly. Additional iron ore required. Can I just import that? Yeah. Doesn't usually... Finland has some. Yeah, I'm doing some not so great imports. Simply because it helps my allies. But I'm only trusting Swedish iron. Really deliver. As of yet, the oil is still coming in. Hello, Romania. Yeah, deliver me more oil, please. Good. These are gonna cut straight through to the paratroopers. We have air control, so there's that. You know what? You two actually hold that, because that is an airfield. Can't really use it, though, I think. And we're gonna take you guys and start dropping supply. Good. Where are the trucks? There. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, we are being attacked. Was to be expected. Squadrons are trained up somewhat sufficiently. Let's stop this immediately. We started building some AA some time ago, so it's gonna be okay. And once the rest of our troops is back, we should be good anyway. Good. The mine-laying submarines. I think we're done with them. All are built. Split that up in 8 squadrons. Mine-laying operations start now. German Bight has to be mined. You guys mine that area. Oh, these guys are already engaging British shipping. Good. That's what they're there for. Still have to work on a strategy to actually make use of these properly. So these are the small submarines that can that you have from the start in Ultra. I'm going to utilize them for some raiding. But I'm going to put you on low and split off. You are not allowed to attack at all and split off. You don't need split off your single ships. You are allowed to engage at medium risk, but immediately return when damaged. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. Oh, noes. Heck, why is that mixed? Cavalry Brigade is supposed to do this. Okay, yeah. I can see the point. Paratroops holding the line. Tanks are already on the way, friends. God, that's a lot of Polish divisions fighting there. Love it. Okay, tanks, close that. Damn it. Had I attacked earlier, the Soviets wouldn't have been declaring war yet. Good. Virginia is pretty important. Why the hell they are not attacking this position, I have no idea. Good. Okay, push them back here. Backup and Kilcher, wonderful. Tanks are advancing. Plop, plop. Oh, there's mud. Ignore that. Swing around. Give them to Hungary. Yeah, we actually used that in an Ultra MP. To make Super Hungary. Call that off. Soviets are already crushing them there. Paratroopers here are successfully holding the line. Tanks are establishing supply contact. And that is Poland gone. And that's why I like to paradrop here on Vilna. It's kind of risky, as you saw, but it speeds up the capitulation so much. Yeah, we get less equipment these days out of Poland compared to before. Yeah, we should probably do that as an auto-split too. Currently it's more or less manual. You can trigger it. But 2,000 trucks, some artillery. Actually, 171 light field guns. Okay, that's pretty good. 323 TKS tank cans. Some light field howitzers. Renault FTs. 25 heavy field guns. 34 medium field guns. Cool, 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 cool. Some battalion support from 1936. That might have been losses from us, as are the Schützen 36 likely. Nice, nice, nice. And the trains and support equipment are also very much welcome. Let's check our current production in that regard. The 4 rubber short. Yeah, because our convoys are being raided. Our oil is largely getting through currently, which is pretty neat. Further increasing my imports here and there. Rubber shortages we can actually alleviate here from the Soviets, which allows me to cancel imports from Siam and frees up some convoys. Yeah, we have more rubber refineries coming in now in a moment. We had some issues with the Soviets not declaring on Finland, so we have to keep an eye on that if they do that this time. I don't know why they didn't. Seems I have to keep an eye on that. If they haven't declared until like December, then I have to manually do that. Good. You two, Norway. You here. You here. You here. You here. Good. Build a railway gun, please. Take the Polish wealth. That costs me... fuck's sake. I was reintegrating the eastern claims. There. Lessons. Effective torpedoes has not shown up yet. And now we need air XP. Air XP should be relatively easy to come by for us, actually. I'm a bit short on fighters. That is probably my biggest issue right now. The thing is, we're gonna have pretty good fighters very early on. New submarine slipway. How many do we have currently rolling? 4. Okay. Then this one is gonna be type 7M. Actually, no. Let's make this type 9. There was a type 10 mining submarine considered from what I remember. Doesn't have to be fast. Gets absolutely minimal, though modern torpedo armament. Doesn't need torpedo fire control. Keeps the AA. Visibility goes actually up. There's no way around it. That's why I like the small ones. Type M39. Let's keep this. More than medium long isn't possible anyway. They're just gonna keep building the small ones. From France, they actually have decent range. Not very far, but I don't plan to like mine American harbors or anything like that. Though that would be funny. But that's something for later on when I have additional slipways for submarines. Then we could build a cruiser mine layer that just drops its stuff right on the American coast. Could get very funny during the second happy time. More oil from the Soviets. Oil from our comrades in the east. Thanks, comrade. Absolutely no problem with exporting that to us, huh? Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, you're not outrating, I just realized. Yeah, you don't really have the range anyway, but I'm sending you into the Iberian Plain. Oh! Yeah, that's where we lost our convoys. That was expected. I'm rerouting my convoys, actually, due to this. At the same time, so far, the Panzerschiff seems to be doing alright. Yeah, Denmark and Norway are next. We're first getting this. I would so love to do this, but we're so strapped of political power. Germany's so strapped of political power at the moment. It's very annoying. We're gonna get there. How did the mining flotilla so far? Oh, okay, this time they struck me, actually, badly. Damn it. In the past, the submarine AA act. And a fleet got on my ass. Okay, leave that area. Oh, that is a French fleet. Okay. Ah, that's the raiders. Okay, yeah, leave that area. That's the raiders, not the mine layers. Okay. That is very sad. Yeah, the mine layers are busy here. You're mining that. Okay. Very sad to lose so many of the small submarines that early. They're pretty useful in the north. Oh well, that was to be expected. I thought I had the mine layers here. Okay. More research, more production output. Some capital ship done? Was that the upgrading, right? Parsifal is... Ah, okay, Graf Zeppelin finished its upgrades. Okay. And is back with the fleet light. Why is the other fleet not showing? Switching those around for training. There we go. Bam! Suddenly that carrier has a trained squadron. Good. That leaves us with 7 out of 8. The enemy air offensive is beginning. But this time around, our fighters in position. You and you have the best coverage. You don't really have the coverage, so you hop on over here. Yeah, that is not going according to plan, I think, huh? The defective torpedoes. What do we do with you? That's a lot. I think there's just a cruiser done. Oh no, that's the destroyers finishing up. Yeah, there. 2 more destroyers. Let's check out the Gepard class. They can get a torpedo upgrade. Upgrading that is currently not really. We don't have any better sonar. We don't have better torpedoes currently. They could get better radar, which gives them more AA, but it's not really worth it on them. We'll make this Gepard 39 upgrade. And just quickly push those through that tiny upgrade, because the additional hit chance for the torpedoes is actually not bad. So do that. Yeah, for you there isn't really an upgrade. You could get more AA, but that's also not worth upgrading at the moment. Good. Once these are through, I'm gonna have to check out again what we do with the Death Knights. Oh, and promptly have a new dockyard available because it's like a single day upgrade. Okay, in that case, because we don't have any destroyers in production currently, I think now. 2 actually. I always want 4 in production. These are gonna take a moment. Yeah. So the new ones... We're already running out of animal names. Ah, the Thunder class then. Yeah, that's what these are gonna get now. The next one. They get... Oh, actually we don't have that yet. Okay. But they at least already have the upgraded radar. And this from the go. Rest is fine as is. The new Thunder class destroyers going out. That just lets me realize we'll probably assign more here once the submarines are really out in force. Okay. Now it's just waiting again. How are the agents doing? And the upgrades are through. More dockyards available again. What do we do with you? I don't want another capital ship out at the moment. Still have these carriers. I could get another carrier into production though. How many do I currently have up? Now that would bring me to 8. And I need 6. So this would be a cruiser then, because we're currently only producing how many cruisers? That is no real... That is actually 2 Roan class cruisers plus that one up here finishing up. So that means we can put another cruiser into the queue. And you drop where in Stettin? Oh, that's here. That means the DDs also land in Stettin. Good. .100 political power, wherever it came from. Carrier practical training. And fix the defective torpedoes. We could strike at Scapa now. Yeah, we have to do it now. Yeah, we're there. I know that's... Good. We only need the Soviet imports at the moment, which is fine since, yeah, we still have 1, 2, 3 refineries rolling in. That is not sufficient, though, long term. We need more. Because we also have to supply our allies long term. Oh. Bombardment is now causing quite some damage. Oh, we're shooting them down. Not the numbers I would like to see, though. Yeah, we're starting to lose some factories, but it's okay. Keep increasing that production there. Decrease small arms production a little bit. We have enough AT guns. That has to go up once we switch the AT gun model, actually. Solid. Good. And that requires me to reopen that. Am I still building smelters? I'm not building smelters anymore. I probably should. And again here. In the German Reichsbeck yard, pretty much. Is this, by the way, now occupied state? Okay, damn it. This is also in the air zone. I had hoped that it would become part of that area and would become a core, but no, not enough Germans living there. Oh, there's still fighter squadron here. There goes the U-boat air fort. And we start to repurpose this. Okay, now we have to check. Do all the capital ships still have a slip yard? The Parseval does not here. That is very annoying, because that's gonna delay it. What is about the other one? That is almost finished here. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, oh no, that's the Blücher. It's not almost finished. Crap. Okay, that means we have to delay this Parseval for a moment. Yeah, that is the problem. That converts the slipyards immediately, that decision. Now I have a bunch of submarine slipways, which is neat, but it cost me one slipway for this, and it's still... That's 10 days, it's not too bad. Good. Ah, we still have to wait, right? When do they become available? Air Innovations 2 or around Maginot and up? I think I'm gonna go with Air Innovations 2 first. Need to rename that. Yeah. Oh, rate. On Hanover. 100% chance to repel because I upgraded the AA. Okay. Upgraded the AA is already paying dividends. The damage is still nasty. God, 1,700 bombers. That's all the French and the British have been thrown at me. Train up faster, suckers. Two more squadrons, please. Okay, give me the MP. do I get the slipways? Ah, it's still going. Okay, okay. 90 days. Okay, so it has some time. Let's call you preemptively Blue here 39A. You get the upgraded radar. Because this has not been researched yet. Good. No, the others are not necessary. Good. What do we do with you? Rubber processing. Oh, there's the capital ship. Ah! One of the Valkyrie events fired perfectly. Wonderful. Bürgerbräukeller bombing. Very nice. That's the one that was done by Georg Isser, a communist clockmaker, who actually foresaw what Hitler would do. One of the very few. And he had the capabilities and the motivation to do it. Sadly, Hitler got very, very lucky because it would have killed him. That bomb would have killed him, most definitely. It was right behind him, basically, in the pillar right behind him, where he would have held his speech. And the explosion would absolutely have killed him because it killed everybody else in that area. But he wasn't there anymore, so yeah, fuck. And then actually Hitler kept him fed and alive after they caught him until 1945. I think in April 1945, yeah, at his personal order he was executed. No trial, nothing. Hitler took that one personally. Very much. Personally enough that in the middle of the Battle of Berlin, he ordered the execution of Elsa. Yeah, that takes enmity. Hitler was angry. He did not forget about him. Because this guy got really, really, really close. Okay, another destroyer. Thunderclass. And there we go. Construction continues. Erich Kort, yeah, he also wanted to kill Hitler with a suicide bomb, but after Elsa's bombing, just a day before, security got tightened and he couldn't carry his plan out. I'm not sure if he was ever discovered. Alright, yeah, increase the production of armored cars. Shouldn't you already be... Oh, that is refitting? Oh, okay, okay, so the carriers are already both here. Very, very cool. No fighters yet. And the Gappets could get additional upgrades now. But it's fine as it is at the moment. And I mean, that is a force to be reckoned with. That many dive bombers. No fighters currently. Full dive bomber loadout. Fighters are going to join them later on. Yeah, do we wait with those dockyards or do we throw another destroyer in? This is more than 90 days, though. I could build an additional Dessau class spotter cruiser. And I just realized that is the right engine. Okay. Chip is fine. Okay. I'm gonna build a single additional Dessau scout cruiser with the upgraded radar. Where do I drop the other one? Mecklenburg. Yeah, in Köslin then. But at least the dockyards are in use this way. And it's not going to be a super long project. Good. Oh, I just realized I'm importing from Japan still. That should be cancelled. Good. Yeah, wonderful. Technologies, yes, give me that. We have some land XP, not nearly as much as I would like, but we do have it. Logistics company. Signals company is the next thing. Good. We are getting there, we are getting there. Ah, very good. The Soviets declared on Finland this time around. AI Finland just can't withstand the Soviets. Oh. Torpedo hit chance of the destroyers increased again. So the next variant is gonna get that. Good. Get me... We still can't reduce the rubber. We're importing this from Finland, so I have to cancel that because it's gonna get raided. Good. There we go. And I think, yeah, that's a single factory, so I can't actually reduce that. Oh, we're still importing oil. Forgot about that. I think we can actually reduce that. Since the Soviets are now exporting more. And the Netherlands, for some reason, also have more available. And so does Romania. And I'm gobbling it all up. Give me all the oil. Give me oil. All the oil. Give it to me. Sounds like America. Good. Good. Yeah, we're producing enough trains at the moment, so that's fine. We're already producing Panzer IVs. Yeah, yeah. Then I don't get oil from them anymore, so better to import it now. Good. Air innovation's done. Operation Weserübung. Yeah, this gives me him. He's super cheap. They're all cheaper now due to his skills. Military advisor costs minus 15%. We could do the SS recruitment in Germany, but I'm waiting for Munstein. I have to wait for him. Actually, the bomber deception thing we're gonna do. Oh. Good, done that. Very good. But we're trading 1-to-1 is really not good. Fighter losses are brutally high. I think I have to bring in all of these early. And we're gonna try and engage the enemy in battle. Yes! That worked. No, I don't have radar yet, Mela, to fix. Oh god, look at them bombers. Yes! The air battle of the Rhineland has ended. Great success! Quote a certain guy. Good. Wonderful. That worked out. Great. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. They always come back. Yeah, no, not necessary right now. Shield up. No, none of that is necessary. Yeah, do I keep those dockyards available until I have submarines? I think so. Funny thing, Maletifix. That is actually a thing. Yeah. French bombers, I think. Yeah. Did we get medium bombers? Shot-down bombers, shot-down planes over your territory can end up in your hands. It happens. I had one case in a very long game I played as Imperial Germany in Vanilla, where the Americans bombed me like crazy over years. And I researched the nuclear bomb and was like, crap, I forgot to research heavy bombers. I don't have any heavy bombers. How am I going to drop the nuke on London? And I checked my stockpile, and I had 250 super fortresses and B-17s. Okay. 2 squadrons? And an American super fortress squadron captured by the Germans dropped the German nuke on London. That was absolutely great. So yeah, that was a thing, by the way. God, what was the name? Let me check quickly. But you might know from War Thunder that there are certain planes in the German tactical premium planes that are captured ones. And there was a squadron that operated them. That's why they are yellow underneath. Yeah, they're grey on top and yellow underneath. That is the markers for the... Oh, what is it named? Some Kampfgruppe zur besonderen Verwendung, ZBV. ZBV. Zur besonderen Verwendung. So special use. So basically a special squadron. And... Feind Demonstrationsstaffel or something like that. Enemy Demonstration Squadron or something like that. It was named. They captured a few B-17s from what I remember. I think Kampfgeschwader 200. Yeah. Battle Squadron 200, KG 200, or Air Combat Squadron 200. One of the special operations units, long range stuff, but they also flew captured planes. Both for espionage and also for training. There were other squadrons. Yeah, pretty cool story, actually. Crap, why are we not getting any more? What happened? The Soviets must have launched production of the T-34, if that drops like this. Belgium, luckily, can provide some. And also Norway. That should alleviate the issue. Yes, very good. Yeah, we're working on that. First division is very good. Okay. Yeah, we need this. So I need to save up 100 points, so the moment the campaign goes through. Oh yes, I'm gonna try that. That's why I have the paratroopers, by the way. Yeah, very nice. They already got their medals. The paratroopers medals are so useful. The additional arc, the additional breakthrough, and the additional division attack actually have some impact, especially the division attack has impact, despite the very low values here. I wish we could make it so that this doesn't reduce. I have to check if there's something in the defines that additional medals do not reduce the effect of the previous. Do not reduce their effect, because currently it's so that every next medal reduces its effect by half. So instead of 0.5%, a second Knight's Cross would go to 0.25%. And the system rounds down, so it's actually 0.2%. And next one is then 0.1%, and then it becomes virtually useless. I would like that to not do it. So that utter, full elite divisions, like that have, I don't know, 20 medals, are actually pretty good. Yeah, that's why we only have the 4. But it's only 0.5%. So if you have like 20 medals and stack that, that's only 10% attack. That is pretty good, but it's also not absolutely overpowered. I'm not sure if we can actually do that because that's in the system. I have to check the defines on that. But yeah, we're gonna give it division attack. Very good. So basically, here in Ultra, since we have this, I think you know that Poetic Wine, that we have the Skagerrak Strait here. And what I had in multiplayer happened to me twice. I actually saw it happen twice. Once to me, and I saw it happen to someone else. That was that the Allies managed to get in here in 1940 and secure it. And that fucks Germany. That completely fucks Germany. Like, utterly. You can't do jack shit anymore as Germany if that happens. The Allies can freely operate here in the Baltics. It's an absolute nightmare. They have bombers. Yeah, a rule can fix that, but it's a valid strategy in what the Allies tried in World War II. So that's why we allow it, actually. It probably kills the game, or Germany can get sneaky. In my case, my solution is, as so often in this case, because I love that, paratroopers. You know, we have this this rule that you can't just land troops if you don't control at least 2 adjacent states. The solution that I came up with for that is paratrooper, paratrooper. You have both harbors, no allied divisions are gonna come in. Paratrooper, 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 move in, secure the state, and ship over 10 divisions. At the same time, naval invasion here on Oslo. Yeah. You move up here, secure this area. Yeah, they did not expect it, but they actually had troops on the move when the Germans attacked. Oh yeah, that is actually not bad. That is not the worst. That is not the worst. But I think it makes, for me, it's too predictable, I think. But it's not, that is not a bad rule then. In any case, this allows me to secure this area with the paratroopers really, really fast. too fast for the Allies, really, to do anything about it. They can land troops in Bergen, which denies me the gold, obviously. They can do that relatively quickly. But I can secure this area before the Allies can do anything on it. And, well, immediately after that, you secure this airfield and against the AI with redeployed paratroopers, and then coming in 10 additional divisions. That's why these two armies are down here. The paratroopers can drop on Trondheim and Bergen and secure them. And thus, secure the Norwegian gold reserves for me, if everything goes without age, which is not guaranteed, obviously. Brits really want those oil field guns, huh? Yeah, we have AA there, so nothing's gonna happen. Good. Yeah, that is... Yeah, we don't really need AT guns, we have enough currently. Yeah, we need trains, but that's why we're producing them. We need tanks, that's why we're producing them. Oh, our agents are done. 25 political power, cool, that's exactly what I needed. No army XP, no navy XP, 50 air XP. That is cool. Very good. XP is desperately needed. So I'm gonna try and infiltrate the Netherlands to 40% and immediately do the same thing to them. Grab additional XP. In this build, this is of the game. It's still important. Obviously, with the new DLC, it's not nearly as important anymore. Oh, our oil is full. And that is sufficient. And look at the number. 6.72 million tons of fuel in storage. Am I still building fuel? No, I'm not building any fuel stuff at the moment. Oh, these two should go to priority. And that is a factory. That is one. Oh, they're back. This time around, and that's not going too well for them. These guys were able to train a little bit in the meantime. Yes. More divisions. Good. That is the full number we were recruiting. In that case, convert into tanks. Operation Weserübung is a go. Oh, it's too cold at the moment. Okay, we take a short break. How much longer does that campaign thingy take? 36 days, okay. Oh, we can now complete the Wilhelmshaven Nordwerf, which gives me 2 more slots. Good. That is also a good one. Those should be really repeatable. I have to go there and make sure that they are repeatable. Engineer Company. Recon. Oh yeah, look at that. These two. Okay, Bulgaria already wants in. And quickly getting some additional political power. There we go, Panzer IV. I'm skipping the Panzer III. At least for now. It's not going to become a combat vehicle for me, I think. we go. With that available, currently building 11 per day. Drop that. How much support equipment do we currently have? 18,000. I don't even know where that comes from. Ah, from the Italians. Okay. 86. Already. It's a lot of iron. And we can cancel rubber imports. Very good. We now have sufficient rubber. Half-track time. How many trucks do we actually have at the moment, since I'm not using them, really? I mean, save for the divisions. Only 1,700! Oh, crap. We need trucks. Desperately. Advanced machine tools. Very, very good. Get me the construction. Get me the conversion. Throw the new BF-109 into production immediately. Good. I'm just barely out-training them. Well, that is enough for me at the moment against the AI. Against the player, this would not be enough. Against the player, this would have to be more refined. Political power, it's January. $8,000 trucks, I need them. I have to refocus my production a little bit. I had like 20 more factories on trucks. I think would be doing alright. First new planes are coming in. Oh. Didn't I still have squadrons in... Yeah, I still have 2 squadrons in training. Not with top-notch planes, though. But, ah well, it is what it is. Hitting the transport network, huh? That is annoying. Oh god, the plane losses are absolutely brutal now. I guess additional AA came online. Minus 5% progress. Are you kidding me? How far are we? 34%. At 40% we can infiltrate everything. Come on, give me 50. There. In case you're wondering why I wanted that. I want to try this. Permit SS recruitment in Germany. Costs me 60,000 men. 25 command power. 4 divisions. Motorized though. So I have to give them a moment. Okay. Please don't die. There we go. Obviously, I don't like having them as SS divisions, so we're immediately renaming them all. Yeah, welcome to the Armed Forces. Can probably reduce their experience level a little bit. They're a bit too experienced. That is pretty brutal experience. Yeah, I have to reduce that. Special Forces Doctrine, better paratroopers. There we go. More and more dockyards coming online, so I need to actually do something with it. Good. The raiding submarines need to be improved with that. We're actually going to cancel you. I have to research new torpedoes and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, what was that? Was that just... Yeah, just additional torpedo damage. Okay, good. Good. Whew. Nice to see that that worked. Another one? Research bonus for electronics. Okay, I won't complain about that. Yeah, now I want to keep that army XP. Now I need 100 and even more. So we're still gonna wait a little bit, and then we're gonna go for a round from the Maginot. Yeah, we still have snow here. Here it's pretty bad. The thing is, if you land with the paratroopers, the terrain isn't actually that important and it can be a benefit. But it slows me down securing also, and a counter-invading allied force obviously is faster at sea than I am at walking. Further increase in production. Let's check the fleet that we have been training. Any new ships that could use some upgrades? We have 2 new Gepard destroyers that can get... Oh, actually the Zunder upgrade is apparently pretty cheap for them. Let's upgrade them to Zunder standard, and we're going to do the same for all of them, so they have the additional torpedo probability. And that's another submarine slipway again. Oh, that's all the submarine slipways. And the last one goes to the mine layer. There we go. Where was I putting the other mine laying submarine? Stettin. Down there. Okay. Oh no, actually Meme. Okay. Good. There we go. How's the mine laying situation anyway? Oh! Done mining. Good. Yeah, start mining that. You're done there too. If there's gonna be a battle here in that region, someone's gonna get fucked. Spotter cruisers aren't out yet. DD upgrade is pretty fast. Improved rubber processing, very nice. Yeah, get me that now. Good. How much longer? I could repurpose even more. Maybe. Oh, did it already go through? Oh, I think it's actually done. Okay. Yeah. I just need some more political power. Come on. We can still declare the war on Denmark at least now. Not that I actually have to do anything, since Denmark surrenders immediately. Good. Good. Regular infantry divisions that I'm going to convert into motorized. Nice additional artillery, some trains, some other stuff. Cool, cool. Yeah, give me the fire control now. Good. Weather is still absolutely freezing, but we have Norway. Have to increase the airbase size there, though. Very slowly losing some fuel. Reminds me... we're still not there. God damn it. Okay. That is sufficient, though. You're the most useless of them. Actually, I don't need to keep that level, so... Dum 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 dum. Okay, now we need army XP. Navy XP obviously is nice too, and political power. Good. Air and Navy XP is nice to have. And then there's the Air Force. Those agents know what they're doing, honestly. Good. Sadly, Poetic Wine, I think we won't get any further because I'm extremely tired after only 3 hours of sleep this night. But I think if everything goes according to plan, I can stream tomorrow again. Not sure if I can stream in the evening, but during the day. Sorry, Poetic. So maybe tomorrow. I always forget how complicated everything gets once war is declared and all. Oh well. No, they're just getting secret police. I have to do suppression of the polls, but currently there isn't really anything happening there, so I can just throw some agents at it once I have gotten everything out of these guys. Because the only thing that's really worth it in Poland is actually going for harsh quotas at the local factories. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some agents at that once we reach a certain threshold. Oh god, yeah, Allied Air Force is not gonna be a factor. Alright. Quickly check on oil imports. Romania can't deliver anymore. I think I'm still gonna use this to import from the Netherlands further. And we're gonna start imports from the Soviet Union up just to keep our level topped off. Alright. So that's it for now. Hope I see you tomorrow, Poetic. I'm allowed to fix, and whoever else watched, thank you very much. And good night to all you gals in case. Good night.